big as it ever looked. But, I mean, that's just kind of confidence that my staff and my teammates give me. So I feel like I was due for a big moment, especially like this under the bright lights.
Do you have any idea how happy your teammates are for you and what they're saying about you in here?
Extremely. I feel like this season's been a roller coaster of emotions for me. Been a ton of ups and downs, man. It was just, kind of something that Coach May always taught me. It was just how would I be able to approach it, and just the kind of belief that he has had in me throughout the season, especially with my teammates Trey, Danny, Vlad. I feel like they always were there to encourage me along the way.
You guys were down 10 in the second half. You scored 12 straight, and now you're going to a Sweet 16 to keep your team alive. Like, are you wrapping your mind around what just happened?
Not yet. I haven't been able to kind of relax and realize what we just did. But like, this is something that we all came together for in the summer. We checked one box as far as the Big Ten championship, and I feel like we one step closer to our second goal.
You on a neutral floor seems a little bit different. Anything to that? I know we talked about it last week.
I just feel like, man, neutral floor, Evo balls. That's me. That's me. For sure.
Roddy, I take it you probably were the guy who slapped the sticker.
Yeah, I slapped the sticker. Took a few tries.
Are you a guy that are thinking like, okay, I'm sticking it to the people who doubted me during the season, or is it more about inner? I don't know.
Definitely. I feel like social media has been all over the place. I feel like every comment I had, they called me a double agent for choosing Michigan to go to Ohio State. I feel like I beat those allegations as of recent. So. No, it's just an excited feeling to be able to put everything in the past us. But I feel like, once we leave the soccer room, we got to be able to prepare for the next opponent.
You were coming off a hamstring injury a week ago. Those are not often quick healing. Like, were any doubt that you would play this weekend, and any surprise in yourself with what you were able to do?
Absolutely. There was. I was questionable for UC San Diego game. It felt pretty tight leading up to the game, but I knew that the bare minimum. It's March. Some of these guys' last times playing college basketball, so I feel like I need to get my mind, body, and soul to the game. And luckily, I was rewarded. I feel like we have a great athletic training staff, strength condition as well. My goal was just to get to 85, 90%, and I knew that adrenaline and doing medications with our doctors had to take care of the rest.
Roddy, are you someone who looked at the bracket, like your region beforehand? Like, do you know who your next opponent would be off the top of your head?
I try not to. I know we were kind of screwed with some seeding. I feel like we probably got the toughest road possible. But I mean, that's what we're competitors at the end of the day. We want the best. I feel like we are the best. So I feel like we came to beat the best.
But I guess at what point during this game did you feel like you kind of had it going?
Black Gold best in the country. Man, I just carried off of what my teammates gave me. Especially when I feel like I'm my best. Like when you kind of get into a John battle a little bit. Especially like other teams talk a lot. I feel like that's why I'm my best, because I feel like you gotta show yourself now. You can't talk trash and not perform. So I feel like in that moment, me and Buddy Taylor kind of were drawing at each other. You know what I'm saying? Respectful to the game. You know what I'm saying? He brought his game, and I feel like I stepped in.
Did you guys take it personal at all the talk about their offensive rebounding and talk about the effort on the glass?
Absolutely. We knew that going into the game they were number one, I think, in rebound percentage. And I feel like we equally as good, if not better. Just kind of seeing people not really respect us. Michigan has been through a lot, and I feel like people still doubt us to this day. And I feel like we haven't really got the respect that we deserve.
This is going to be looking ahead a little bit. Just play with me. So the winner, you guys will play the winner of Auburn and Creighton. So you could potentially see the number one overall seed. And then on the other side of the bracket, Michigan State is there as well. So I guess, how would you feel about a game against Michigan State or against Auburn? MSU,
Man, I feel like
Creighton too.
Creighton's big because out of my recruitment before I decided to go to Michigan, I was on a visit at Creighton. So Coach McDermott was very high on me, what I can provide for their program. But
talking about you, Tony.
Man, a rematch against Michigan State. What is that? Elite Eight. possibly would be one of the greatest games ever, especially what we've been through recently. I can't wait for that.
Do you have any advice for Trey if you guys come up against Auburn?
Man, I mean, I know how it feels because obviously going to Columbus and playing Ohio State, just kind of that feeling of playing against your best friends, but also having that same mentality like you got to win. I think the advice I can give him is just let your game play. Trey's been terrific for us these past few games, and I just give him that advice to just keep going.
It's safe to say this is the best moment of your basketball career.
By far. Just being able to play in March is something that I dreamed of as a kid, and I truly believe God has a plan. Sticking to the course is something that was very likely for me.